All right, well, already so very popular. We're getting into one of the most important purchases and decisions you can make for your home. The more we read, the more we hear from the experts. They are recommending that every household have these two important health products. One is a thermometer and one is an oximeter. If you're not yet familiar with an oximeter, we'll tell you all about it. This is a touch-free thermometer. You only place it an inch away from your forehead. It gives you an instant readout. It's fast, it's accurate, it's super safe, it's excellent to clean. And plus, if you are taking temperatures as you go in and out of your office or in and out of a group gathering, or even just when you come home from work every day, that's gonna keep your family safe. And then we're also giving you the oximeter. We're giving them to you both in a duo for $99.95. We have this on FlexPay. I can't wait for you to hear from our expert. Rob Mouse is standing by to tell us all about it. And we're so thrilled to hear from you, Rob, via Skype. Nice to meet you virtually over the television screen.
Thank you, Sarah. You know, as you were mentioning, taking our temperature has really entered everybody's consciousness with this public health crisis with coronavirus and COVID-19, which is the illness that it causes. We're experiencing an uptake in this right now. And so taking our temperature is one of the quickest and easiest ways that we can screen to see if anything is going on with us personally. So what we have here is the Vivitar touch-free infrared thermometer. And the thing I love about this as a registered nurse is that it's completely contact-free. You don't have to touch anything. There's nothing going into your mouth. There's nothing going into your ear. So I want to show you how quick and easy this is to use. It's very simple. All you're going to do, you're going to pick up the monitor. It's lightweight. It's ergonomically designed, so it's going to fit nicely in your hand. And you're going to take this and put it just about 1 to 2 inches from your forehead. You're just going to pull the little lever, and within 1 second, you get your temperature reading. And you can see right there, it's 98.3. And Sarah, I just want to show you this beautiful green backlight. That is green for a reason. It makes it very easy for us to read, but the green color tells us that that was a normal temperature. And if this had been elevated, if it had been 99.3 or above, that backlight would turn red to alert you that that temperature is starting to elevate. If it was over 100.4, it's not only going to turn red, but it's also going to give you a little beep to alert you and get your attention that that temperature is high. And it's also, Sarah, going to store 10 temperature readings in its memory bank. And I can show you here on the machine. I'll just turn it on and take my temperature again. And we can go through the results. You see there 98.5, but on the side of the machine here, there's a little up or down arrow, and you can go and scroll back through the memory and look at all your past temperature readings, and it even logs them for you, 1, 2, 3. So that's an important feature, Sarah, because you know sometimes when we're not feeling well, it's hard to remember what our temperature was the last time we took it, or we're trying to write it down so that we can remember. This is doing all of that for you. Say you have an elevated temperature in the morning and you do some type of intervention, you want to see how effective that was for you. So this is going to help you do that, and it does it all automatically, nothing that you need to do.
Well, let me jump in, Rob, and just give everyone a quick update, if I may. We only have about 1,000 or 1,200 or so of those to go around, and this has been very, very popular. This is the only scheduled airing. We think it will completely sell out today. I would encourage you to jump online. Here's your I number 722488. You can place your order over the phone, or you can go online to hsn.com. Remember, you're getting 2 tools. You're getting the Vivitar thermometer and you're getting the oximeter. You're getting them both. Now, if you were to purchase just the Vivitar thermometer on our website, it is available for $89.95. I mean, it's an incredible buy, and it's worth it. It's worth it just for the thermometer on its own. Or you could buy just the oximeter on its own. We have the best value when you purchase them together. It also just makes it easy. One shipment, we can ship it right to your front door, or you could send it to mom, you could send it to dad, you could make sure your grandparents have these, or your daughter, or your son, or family members have these 2 tools, because it's important to be prepared, and it's important to have both of these literally at your fingertips. So let's talk quickly about the oximeter, and then we can go through more features. features of the thermometer, because I want everyone to know what the oximeter does, Rob, because I didn't know what this was until recently when, unfortunately, several of my friends did contract the COVID-19 virus, and they had to constantly monitor their oxygen saturation in their blood from home. And that was the first time I heard how important these are right now.
Yes, you know, typically we only encounter pulse oximetry if we go to the doctor or if we're in the hospital, they measure our oxygen saturation in our blood. This allows you to do this at home. It's very simple to use. You're simply going to push this little button in the front. It's going to turn on the machine. And you put your finger, it's a little clip here, and you put your finger right in there. It's nice and soft on the inside, so it's going to give your finger a little hug. And I'm just going to put this down. It takes about 8 seconds to get a reading. And there you see we have a 97% oxygen saturation. And we want to look for that to be anywhere from about 94 to 100 would be considered a normal reading. And it's also giving us, Sarah, a pulse rate over here. This is your heart rate. And down below, there is a number with a decimal. That's 2.4. That's something called a perfusion index, and that's really giving us an indication of how well the little capillaries in the end of your finger are receiving blood circulation. So this is giving you 3 readings all at once. You saw how fast it was. And when I take my finger out of this, it's going to automatically turn itself off after about 8 seconds. So again, completely portable. You can see this. You could take it with you. And as you mentioned, Sarah, this is one of the most important screening tools that we have to monitor lung function. To see how well our blood is oxygenating. And with COVID-19, unfortunately, one of the things that we see is a reduction in the ability of the lungs to oxygenate the blood. And so this gives us an indication of any changes that might be occurring there. Because as you mentioned about your friend, Sarah, once we do know we have a diagnosis, that is one of the things that we want to monitor very diligently to make sure that we're not dropping our oxygen saturation levels. Anything under 92%, you want to start paying close attention to that.
Yeah, I did that before the show, so I was happy to see I was in the 90s. But you know, I didn't even know that we had these tools so that we could actually access this information at home. Now, we certainly are not suggesting you can use these to make a medical diagnosis. If you have any questions, you always want to check with your doctor. But if you've been asked to monitor either your oxygen levels or your temperature at home, in fact, it's now required. Before I can even come to work, I have to take my temperature at home, or sometimes you're asked to take your temperature right when you walk into the office or your place of worship, or maybe it's a group gathering. This is such a fun and easy and safe way. Look at this. I'm just going to hold it up. I'm going to click it on. It's going to take my temperature within a minute, or I should say seconds. Look at that. What does it say? 98.0. So I'm approved. So far, so good.
You can go to work.
They're very, very popular. We're down to about 800 or so of those to go around now. We started with over 1,200 at the top of the hour. We now have about 800 or so. I would hate for you to miss out on this. So I know they go quickly. And Rob, these are really 2 things that almost every household should have in their medicine cabinet, regardless of what we're going through at the current moment, right?
That's right. You know, I mean, how long has it been since you updated your thermometer? If you're working with one of the old mercury thermometers, certainly you want to get this new technology, this infrared technology. Like I said, it's contact-free, so it reduces the chance of transmission of anything in your household. And this also, Sarah, we haven't talked about this yet, but this also allows us to measure the temperature of household objects. And, you know, why would we want to do that? Well, I'll show you a couple of examples here. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to push this little toggle switch over to measure surface temperature. There's either body or surface mode here. And if you look over here, I have a baby bottle, and that's one of the most common things that we think of around the house when we're trying to get a precise temperature on something. And so I'm just going to take the temperature of this bottle just to see what it is. And it is 123 degrees, Sarah. So touching this, it doesn't feel that warm. You know, we used to put the little dot of the formula right on the inside of our wrist, and if it felt okay, we went ahead and gave it to baby. This is still way too warm. We want that to be close to 98.6. And you can go right from something hot to something very cold. You can see here, this is 65 degrees. And there's no reset. There's nothing you need to do. You can just switch from one object to the other. People like to take the temperature of their bath water, how cold are the things in the refrigerator, how cool is the air coming out of our vents. You know, so this is something really handy, like you said, regardless of the current situation that we're going through. This is something you're going to want to have around your house. we're also doing telephonic health appointments now. And your doctor, if you're doing your doctor's appointment remotely from home, one of the sets of information they're going to want from you is what is your temperature, what is your blood pressure, what is your pulse oxygen saturation. So these are going to give you the tools to be able to go to those appointments armed with information so that you can then share it with your physician.
Yeah, that's really important, right? Information is power, and just to keep track of all these things. If you have other conditions that you need to monitor your oxygen level, this is perfect for you. So you have the oximeter at home, so you have the thermometer. Here's the update. We have about 300 of you on the phones right now trying to get in on this incredible duo. I love that we put the wonderful duo together for you. We only have about 600 left. So depending on how many sets each one of you is purchasing today, maybe you're also thinking, you know what, my neighbor keeps wanting to borrow our thermometer, or maybe it's a sister, a brother, a family member. It's a really great time to jump in so we can reserve this for you. And it looks like some people are buying more than one set. So take this opportunity now. You can pick up the phone. You can give us a call. You can go to hsn.com. We also have this on FlexPay. So if you're new to HSN, you can also do this on monthly payment plans, so you don't have to pay in full. It's FlexPay every day here at HSN. We know we're all on a budget, and this will hopefully work with your budget. Get it home for about $33. But you're right, Rob. These are two tools that you will have and you can use going forward because they will last you years and years and years. Do you have to put in a battery, or how do they work?
Yes, the Vivitar thermometer takes 2 AA batteries, and the Pulse Ox takes 2 AAA batteries. And that's really all the setup that's involved. It's just inserting the batteries, and you can start using this right away. Again, you're getting information that is vital to your health and well-being and those around you in 1 second. 1 second. And this helps too, Sarah, if you have small children and you're trying to take their temperature. I don't know if you've ever gone through that, but that can be a struggle. And this is something that helps. If you can get them still for 1 second, you can get a temperature on them, which
that's right. Tried to chase down a toddler and get their accurate temperature. Not always easy. Also, I love that it's touch-free, Rob. So if you have people entering your home, like maybe you have a nanny, maybe you have a caregiver, maybe you've got a dog walker, and you want to make sure that your home is safe. You can take people's temperature before they come into either your office or your home.
Yes, you know, I mean, it is part of our new normal. And as you mentioned, they're taking our temperatures before we can go to work. We're getting screened when we get on airlines. We're getting screened in our schools. And so, yeah, it's perfect, Sarah. And so one of the things that we want to do is have something like this available that's giving us quick, accurate information, no contact. So it is more sanitary than traditional methods of taking temperature. And you want to have these tools in your home, this and the pulse oximeter. It's a great package deal, as you said. And getting both of these together is going to empower you moving forward.
Great. Thank you, Rob. They are selling out, but nice to hear from a registered nurse, from a medical expert telling us what do we need, what can we do to always be prepared and be ready for anything. Thank you, Rob. Nice to meet you. Great job. And final call, by the way, if you want this duo, no other airing scheduled today. It will sell out, so you just got to jump in there. And while you're on the phone, let me recommend something else that we've not been able to keep into stock. In fact, I just tried to buy these the other day, like literally 48